So at the edge of our landscaping section gone awry here. Oop, I'm upside down. It is W. Ludwig, it looks like. Or Ludwig probably. 1861 to 1917. And then we've reached our probably worst spot. A very large marker back there. Probably not more than maybe 4 feet tall or something, 5 foot tall when it's erected fully, but yeah, sad though, to say the least, and fairly big. Not to say that that should be the determining factor of whether or not something receives care. However, it does bring up questions when something so large can disappear so easily. And I think that our fence line is here. Reason number one to not buy these. We'll truck this out. See, I don't know when this is gonna release. Probably almost the same day I'm filming it, honestly. Looks like Wesley, son of Hannah PETA, 1816. Does that say 1816? No, I think that says 1846. And then covered up here, these trees have massive thorns. I don't think it's gonna be legible. Doesn't look like it. Wow. I always kind of forget the magnitude of this place and just how terrible of condition that it really is in. It's kind of sad. I think there's one right back there. There's no way that we're getting to it. You can see it actually gets more distant from the edge the further this way we go. So the only way that I really could get that is by going spelunking in there from this direction here. And that's as good as I can do. I'm gonna be covered in sweat by the time I'm done here. It always takes way longer than I expect too, because there's just so much to actually see. A merry does that say kingdom? Kingdom? Like 1861, aged 52 years, 2 months, and 21 days. Yeah, and William Kingdon It almost looks like there's a period at the end of there, like they're abbreviating it or something. Let me know what you think of that. And 1854, then Elizabeth here, something. 1850 something too. 1855. And one here that is completely covered up and upside down, unfortunately. And the other corner here seems to be pretty clean and well enclosed with trees and whatnot. I think this probably was something. You can kind of tell. Actually, this right here is what I think is the top of one of the larger memorials. One of the obelisk, and I think maybe it's buried completely underneath there, excuse me. And again, just absolute destruction. And most of this is completely illegible. I do see the Opplinger name and what maybe looks like the 1850s as a date. And you do see Daniel Opplinger and Nancy Andrew here. So that kind of confirms our last name of Opplinger, which is pretty close, or pretty clear on the stone, so not really much confusion there. But Daniel is 1811 to 1864, and then Nancy 1823 to 1903. And it looks like they probably have individual markers down here as well. And this is, again, our property line here, and it doesn't go very far in, so pretty confident about that. And on the other side, again, it's just corn. Looks like John Fletcher here. Can't really get much of a date. And then, what does that say? That's so difficult. Riley and Polly? Grishwald? Or, it looks like Grishwald, 1851. Is that maybe I'm reading that wrong. You know, it does, okay, son of, okay, so there is a name on probably this broken section here. And then this would appear to be a military marker of some sort here, probably another Civil War marker. However, unfortunately, once again, not very readable. And another section, again, of stones that are just hidden. Actually, this is the same section that I just started to read. I think, wait, no, okay, this is something different. Wow. Something directly behind, and another here. Something right here, which looks like maybe has been dug out over the years and laid there. And then of course, our gigantic Woodman of the World monument here. And looks like Stephen Griswold, 1793 to 1844. And Phoebe Griswold, that's impossible, 18 something. No, I'm not gonna risk it doing any damage to it, but I mean, amazing artwork here, and just unfortunately laying on its side in the middle of farm country here, not too far from a major population center. So there's definitely money in the area to fund some sort of restoration project, but so far nothing has been done. Definitely high enough trafficked area though that it is not something that probably goes without being seen, although as someone who's driven by here a lot, you know, I didn't really pay much attention either until the first time that I had visited. So definitely a place that can be easily overlooked, excuse me. Looks like Mason. Does that say Mabian? Or is that Mason? That might just be Mason. It looks kind of like a B. I don't know. I think it's just worn out. And you see the 88th Indiana Infantry. So a sign of service in the Civil War. And yeah, we're gonna start heading back to the front here now. Kind of a heavy traffic time of day. So very interesting. Lots of little hidden spaces, like I said before, and unfortunately it seems that the only restoration services have been to cut out the fencing at the front, which I'm not 100% sure why, other than possibly just to benefit the people coming here to take care of the grass and making it easier to mow. See, looks like daughter of something. JR and SL or SI Christman? Is that a Christman? Yeah, Christman. Hard to get a name. Everything's hidden. And Jeremiah Irvine, 1839 to 1890, and Rebecca Oplinger, and no date. It has been cut off, and that section seems to be completely lost. You can see that the base is still here, but there's no section where her name would be, so it clearly must be buried. And here's Gloyd Irvin, 1894 to 1911, and maybe an original base stone of some sort here. Not quite positive on it. And some, unfortunately, stuff that has fallen down on its face and can't be read there. And another Civil War marker here, it looks like. Almost impossible to read it and see. That one's really difficult. Anna Irvin, and then this one looks like Eugene Pondad, 1853 to 1903. Laura M. Cook, 1890 to 1947. And the Cook family marker here, Edward C., 1884 to 1918, and Helen D., 1887 to 1908. And that pretty much concludes the majority of this place, except for the hidden areas that we really can't read. I'll do a quick look over here. You see more Goldens confirming that name from before. Samuel T., 1858 to 1916, and Dora R., 1861 to 1930. And the father there. And then Thomas Jetmore, 1859 to 1935. Leona Wilson Jetmore, 1859 to 1932. And then this is, oh wow, I can read it in the sun. Sarah Jetmore, October 1860 to May 22nd, 1907. It's much easier to read that on the camera than it is in person. So I don't see anything in the vicinity over there. I know that we've missed a few here, but that's gonna do it for this episode, or several episodes. I don't really know how long I've been here at this point. I just know it is incredibly hot out. So thank you once again for watching this episode on 539. Make sure to stay tuned for more. We're back out on the road again. Had some weather issues there for a little bit, but yeah, seems like we're no longer on fire. The storms are gone, the flooding's gone. We might have a few days here. I don't really know. I think we might have a few days of rain, it seems like, coming up, so that might put a damper on things for a little bit of filming, but I think I should have more stuff here extremely soon, so we really shouldn't be off track anymore, I think, this summer. So anyway, thank you all for joining me on this episode, and see you in the next adventure.